I request that we all observe a moment of silence for prayer, for meditation, and for dedication. Please be seated. Our distinguished guests, Professor Rataimane, Chair of the Medical and Dental Professions Board of the HPCSA, Dr. Mbombo, Western Cape Provincial Health and Wellness Minister, our university deans, the CEOs of our training hospitals, our senators, our examiners, and our most special guests, our graduates and their parents and their families. I warmly welcome you to this admission ceremony of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. I'm Johan Fagan, and I'm the president of the CMSA. On the stage around me, I'm joined by senators of our various colleges, our CEO, Professor Buch, Dr. Mbombo, as well as Lionel Green Thompson, who's the Dean of the University of Cape Town, Faculty of Health Sciences. Tonight, we celebrate the successful conclusion of our graduate specialist and subspecialist training. As you are joined tonight by your family, your friends, and your colleagues, it is a time to reflect on your specialization journey and the sacrifices made through working long hours and studying late into the night over weekends. However, I'm certain that every single sacrifice you have made will be worth it. So enjoy this evening, and may your loved ones enjoy celebrating this special moment with you, because without their support, as you know, none of this would have been possible. And tonight we also celebrate your teachers, your universities, and our teaching hospitals for giving you the opportunity to acquire your specialized knowledge and your skills. We also acknowledge the CMSA for presenting an examination platform throughout the COVID pandemic for our academics to examine candidates and to ensure that they can safely enter specialized practice. We acknowledge the incredible commitment of the elected CMSA leadership, the board, our senators, the college presidents, the council members, and all our examiners. We also wish to say a special thank you to our CMSA staff and especially to the leadership. That is our CEO, Professor Eric Buch, our Executive Director for Education and Assessment, Professor Vanessa Birch, and our Academic Registrar, Ms. Yolokazi Kanzi. I would now like to pay a special tribute to Professor Mike Sathege, who is on the stage with us tonight. He steps down as the immediate past president of the CMSA. Professor Sathege is a humble, self-effacing, but a highly principled person, and is an outstanding academic and a leader and a role model to us all. He has made lasting contributions to the CMSA and leaves behind a greatly improved and a transformed organization. I now have the great privilege and pleasure of introducing our very special guest speaker, Professor Flavia Senkubuge. She completed her 3-year term as president of the CMSA only this morning and is now our new immediate past president. Her presidency has been remarkable in many ways. She's the first black woman and only the third woman in the CMSA's 66 years to hold this position. She's also the youngest and the first public health medicine specialist to hold this position. Through her bold leadership, the CMSA confronted the COVID crisis head-on by rapidly transforming and modernizing its examinations, enabling it to present examinations throughout the pandemic while colleges and boards around the world had to suspend theirs. She introduced also wonderful values to the CMSA, making it a caring and a listening and a responsive and a principled organization. And on a personal note, and as her vice president, she became a close friend and a confidant, and she's been an exceptional mentor to me. Professor Senkubuge is a specialist in public health medicine with a PhD in public health and an MBA from the Edinburgh Business School in the UK. And I might add that she achieved both these qualifications during her tenure over the past 3 years as the president of the College of Medicine, quite a remarkable achievement. She's also a global public health advocate and a recognized voice in public health on the continent. And she is the Deputy Dean for Stakeholders at the Faculty of Health Sciences at the University of Pretoria in South Africa. Professor Senkebuge is the current chair of the WHO Afro-Region African Advisory Council on Research and Development, concerned with advising the World Health Organization Afro-Regional Director on matters concerning health research and development in Africa. This organization is a global movement with chapters across the globe and is concerned with achieving gender equality within global health leadership. She is also Vice President of the African Federation of Public Health Association, an organization concerned with advocating and promoting public health in Africa. She's also the current African ambassador of the International Medical Educators Leaders Forum called IMELF. And IMELF is an invite-only forum headquartered at the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons in Canada, where collaboration occurs with colleagues globally on curriculum, on teaching, on examination and practice of specialist medicine around the world. Professor Senkebuge is also the former board chair of the Health Systems Trust, a pioneering non-profit organization that has been at the forefront of the South African health system for more than 20 years and whose work now expands on the African continent with key global partners. She was recognized as one of 50 powerful women by the Mail and Guardian's Power of Women in 2021 and has recently been selected as a fellow of the prestigious Kofi Annan Global Health Leadership Fellowship. Professor Senkebuge's work is rooted in the African philosophy of Ubuntu, which, as you know, means I am because we are. At heart, she is a philanthropist and is passionate about mentoring the next generation of leaders. So with this, I would like to welcome our guest speaker, Professor Flavia Senkebuge.
Mr. President Johan Fagan, the Vice President, Professor Goto and Professor Mahlangu, the Minister of Health for the Western Cape, Professor Aslim Karim Abdul, honorable guests, Professor Green Thompson, distinguished VIPs, CEOs of hospitals, my dear friends, the senators, the parents, family members, friends, and our most special guests this evening, the graduates. I am so honored to be speaking this evening in my capacity as outgoing president of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. And I want to begin my speech by acknowledging the traditional custodians of this land on which we hold this admission ceremony tonight. I pay my respects to the elders past and present, and I extend my respect to the descendants who are here today. Moments such as these are often a deep juxtaposition between joy and perhaps even nostalgia. The joy of looking back at an incredible term and everything that was achieved during that time. But it's also a nostalgia about a road that's coming to an end. R.M. Ballantyne, who was a Scottish author, once said, "To be part is the lot of humankind." So as I stand here today to close my term of office as president, I say farewell, but really not just farewell, but I really want to say so much more. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for the privilege and honor to serve as the president of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. Thank you for hearing me at every admission ceremony as I reminded our candidates and audience that I stood as the first Black woman president in the 66-year history of the CMSA, because representation matters. Thank you for the opportunity to use my voice and platform to add also my voice to the many who call for kindness, who call for compassion, who call for humility. I thank my colleagues on the stage for daring, for being bold, for having the tenacity of trusting this girl from a small town in the Eastern Cape to lead this august and prestigious organization called the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. Many of us have heard throughout the years when we were growing up the story of a young boy who was walking along the seashore and throwing starfish that had washed away onto the beach back into the water, when a man walked past him and said, "You're not going to make a difference because you'll never be able to throw all the starfish on this beach back into the ocean." When the young boy picked up one more starfish and put it back into the water and asked the man, it made a difference to that one, didn't it? That lesson rang true to me so often during our term of office as we advocated for kindness, compassion, humility, and empathy. At times, as it's expected in any leadership journey, the question would come up, is anyone listening? Is any difference being made? And my final answer has always been, the intention was to transform, to grow, to improve, and in our efforts, if we made a difference, even just to one candidate or one person who experienced the benefits of kindness, of compassion and humility, if one person learned empathy, then I can proudly bow out and say, my work here is done. As young medical students, the Colleges of Medicine was a far dream for us. Just getting through medical school was really what mattered most, and then the angst and prayer to be posted to the institution of choice for your internship or community service. That was followed by the hope of being accepted into the specialty of your choice when finally you get the college. It's a feeling of being battle-weary and yet an incredible accomplishment as well. And so for all our graduates this evening, I think I have a sense of how you feel. Joy, happiness, but no doubt incredibly exhausted. When I sat in the same position a few years back, it was with an utmost out-of-body experience. And I must add, I graduated here in Cape Town, so it's really kind of a round the circle thing. And last night, Professor Goto spoke, and in fact, he had also graduated in Cape Town. And so, you know, you just kind of thought at that time that this dream that seemed so far, that seemed so unattainable, had finally been accomplished. And at that time, I could not even begin to imagine that I would stand on the stage as the 20th president of this prestigious body. And yet a few years later, here I stand, and I can say to each one of our graduates today, not even the sky is the limit. You may have plans for your future, but life may take you even farther than you are able to imagine. I am an avid art lover, and one of my favorite artists is Frida Kahlo. And one of my favorite quotes of hers is the following: "Don't mind me, I'm from another plane. Still see horizons where you draw borders." I encourage every single one of you to see the horizons for yourselves, in your personal lives and in your careers. Do not draw borders around yourselves, but rather see and chase the horizons, because you just never know where life may take you next. Allow yourselves to celebrate this moment and take the rest you need, after grueling years of specializing. Then, once you've rested, get back, do more, keep at it, because just when you think you can't do any more, that's when you are able to push one step further. Today, we really honor people like Professor Slim Abdul Karim, who are the people, the doyens, the giants in our fraternity who have taken and pushed that one step further. Serving as the president of this prestigious body has been one of my life's greatest honors, and the significance of the moment has not been lost on me. I've been truly blessed to work with an incredible team. Our staff, led by our CEO, Professor Eric Buch, together with our executive team, Professor Birch, the Executive Director of Examination and Assessment, Mrs. Yoloka Zikanzi, our Academic Registrar, have been just phenomenal. And I must say, during this term, they have stepped in and given it their all in terms of steering this ship through extremely choppy waters. And to the entire CMSA family, as I call them, the board, the senators, the examiners, all our deans, and all our stakeholders, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want in a special way to single out the board members of the CMSA. Many, many late nights, I disturbed you from your families. Your commitment, your resilience into making sure that the CMSA stood firm is appreciated more than words could say. To every single staff member of the CMSA, your hard work and sacrifice has not gone unnoticed. It is because of your commitment to your work, your dedication, your focus that enables all of us to be seated here today. It is through your efforts that examinations continued, and we were the only college globally during the COVID-19 pandemic that held examination. And while many people worked from home, many of our staff members, day in, day out, made sure that we were able to maintain the integrity of the CMSA exam. No one can even begin to imagine the machinery that goes behind the scenes that puts everything together, the examination, the graduation, the admission ceremony, everything, in order to make sure that it's a reality. Thank you to the wonderful staff members of the CMSA, and I really want to ask all of us to give them a round of applause. To our wonderful staff, remember that in all you do, be kind to yourself and be kind to one another. It was Louis Annaeus Seneca, who was a Roman philosopher from the post-Augustan age of Latin literature, who wrote that brave men rejoice in adversity, just as brave soldiers triumph in war. Colleagues, never have I worked with a group of braver men and women than those behind me on the stage, and everybody who is a friend of the CMSA. From day one, we were met with some of the greatest challenges the CMSA has faced in its entire history. And every member of our CMSA family stood up to the challenge. They stood strong in the face of great opposition and did what was right. And also, they did what needed to be done, even when it was not popular and certainly far from easy. Before we even fully found our feet, we were hit with a challenge that will go down in world history, COVID-19. We were now running a college where we had no in-person meetings. We had to figure out how to keep the examination going while ensuring that everybody was safe. I want to say to my colleagues on stage and everybody who's listening online, our stakeholders and our family friends of the CMSA, we did it. And truly, as we look back on the road we have traveled and everything we have overcome during this time, we reserve the privilege and honor to say we were brave and we looked adversity head on, and now we certainly rejoice. To all the senators and examiners, you are the ones that make it possible for us to be here, and you are appreciated. I've been blessed to work with an incredible team. As a presidium, we began this journey as three: myself, Professor Fagan, and Professor Ogubanjo. I always say that goodbyes are not forever, but when we said goodbye to the late Professor Ogubanjo, it was forever. But his contribution to my presidency was enormous. His encouragement, his advice, and support will never be forgotten. Professor Fagan, our vice president, and now our new president, we thought we would walk this road as three, but we had to walk this road as two. You have been my rock and a pillar. We have both learned so much from each other during this process. Your unwavering support has been so invaluable to me. I cannot imagine anyone better placed to step into the role of the CMSA president than you. And I know that the CMSA is in excellent hands under your leadership. To our IPP, my dear friend, Professor Sateche, and all the past presidents, you have guided me and supported me and been my greatest cheerleaders. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do want to mention the women of the CMSA and the women of our medical fraternity. Thank you, my dear sisters, my dear mothers, my dear daughters, for holding me up in the light and prayer. As leaders in this triennium, we led as our forefathers led, not in a hierarchical straight line behind each other, but in a circle where each voice, each person mattered and counted. In my capacity now as an elder and grandma of the CMSA, I want to offer wisdom and blessings, because that's what grandmothers do, right? And so to our new leadership, Professor Fagan, Professor Goto, Professor Mahlangu, lead as our forefathers led. Do not be afraid of listening and hearing the voice of our people, regardless of their station and role. Know that the spirit of our ancestors and the great divine is always with you, so do not fear. Lead boldly, do not fear. The gods will always look out for you and will always protect you. Do not fear. Be intentional, be humble, and when in doubt, always do the right thing. Know always that you are not alone. We will fight for you, we will fight with you, and we will support you in all you do, because this is our college. This is the People's College. Never forget that it is the people who make this great institution. See them, hear them, let them always be welcome at the table. I also want to say to you that there is no honor in not taking care of yourself. Please take care of yourselves as the Presidium, and don't neglect your families and loved ones, knowing that you win some, you lose some, and that's okay, as that will never change the fact that you made the contribution. To our graduates, I humbly say to you today, value your colleagues, treat them with respect, from the cleaner to the hospital CEO, because a team that works well together produces better results. Even if you end up in private practice, no man exists as a silo. No man or woman is able to lead or work effectively without the support of others. And this support will be achieved through mutual respect and camaraderie. As you go forth as specialists, remember this. Always remember this, because humility will take you farther than arrogance. As much as the world may attempt to paint humility as weakness, know this, that it is only those who are truly strong that have the courage to show vulnerability and humility. I challenge you all, graduates, this evening, to be strong enough to show kindness, to show compassion, to show empathy, to show humility. Each admission ceremony I've attended, both virtually and in person, has really humbled me so much as I see the increase in the number of graduates graduating in the various disciplines and the diversity on the stage that you will see this evening, and the representation. As I look at each one of you seated here today, our graduates, I can comfortably say that we, as the leaders of the colleges of medicine, have given it our all, and it shows. This truly is a people's college. Colleagues, this is just the beginning. To my colleagues on the stage, let us continue to commit to ensuring that we graduate medical specialists of the highest caliber. As I hand over the baton today, I'm comforted in knowing that as I look at every graduate seated before us today, the future looks bright. The future is in very good hands. Many have asked me how I would like to be remembered now that my term is over. But I can say it's not about being remembered. It's simply about the impact of the work that we have done, making a lasting mark on the medical fraternity. And most importantly, to remember that I did not arrive at this point alone. I have had support, I've had encouragement, I have had advice from so many people who have paved the way to ensure that I'm able to stand here today. As I too pave the way for those who will come after me, I truly stand here on the shoulders of giants. So as I close, I loosely want to borrow from the script of Troy, and many of you would know the movie Troy. And I will close by saying, if they ever tell my story, let them say that I walked with giants. Men and women may rise and fall like winter wheat, but these names will never die. Let them say I led in the times of Slim Karim, of Lionel Green Thompson, of Sateche, of Fagan, of Goto, of Ogubanjo, of Mahlangu, of Lindiki, of Velema. Let them say I led with giants called Davidson, Picha, Ngalwane, Gomezulu, Gopalan, Mokhatlwe, Sidat, Foster, and so many giants. May blessings follow you all as you find new journeys to travel. May you walk safely along the paths of your dreams. Keep your faces turned towards the sun, and the shadows will always fall behind you. Colleagues, it's been the greatest honor of my life. I thank you.
Flavia, I'm going to say I'm going to call you by your first name. That was just a beautiful address, and I think it just showcases this wonderful set of values that you've introduced into the colleges of medicine of South Africa. You're most certainly going to be a very hard active follower, especially as a surgeon. But most certainly we'll do our best to look out for our graduates and for our staff, and to as you say keep it a people's college. So with this, I'd like to hand you. Right, we will now proceed to the admission of the Honorary Fellowship. This will be followed by the presentation of medals to distinguished candidates and to admission of the new fellows by peer review and fellows and certificates by examination. See that? Go to the microphone.
Thank you, Professor Fagan, the President of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. Good evening to all of you. I am Johnny Mahlangu. I am a pathologist, and it is indeed an absolute honor for me this evening to introduce one of the greatest scientists in South Africa. President, it is an absolute honor for us to present this citation on an honorary fellowship of the Colleges of Pathologists in Virology to Professor Salim Abdul Karim. Professor Salim Abdul Karim obtained his undergraduate medical degree from the University of Natal in 1983. He then specialized in medicine and received his fellowship of the Colleges of Medicine in 1991. This was followed by a master's degree in community medicine from the University of Natal a year later in 1992. He then embarked on a second master's degree in epidemiology from the University of Columbia, which he obtained in 1988. Of course, being Professor Salim Karim Abdul, he never stopped. He continued to pursue a doctoral study, a PhD, which he obtained from the University of KwaZulu-Natal in 1999. We are talking here about an individual who is academically extremely well qualified. Professor Abdul Karim is an international authority in general medicine, and his scientific contribution is exceptional as a community medicine specialist, as evidenced by over 450 peer-reviewed scientific journal articles. Professor Abdul Karim's scientific outputs are not just in community medicine. In fact, the majority of his outputs are in pathology, in disciplines such as molecular biology, immunology, infectious diseases, microbiology, just to name a few. Perhaps most noteworthy, over half of his publications are actually in immunology and virology. Just in case you wondered, why is he being honored with the highest honor of the Colleges of Medicine in the Colleges of Pathologists in South Africa? This is clearly an impressive academic record of productivity which matches and in some instances exceeds those of full-time virologists amongst my colleagues in the Colleges of Pathologists. Professor Abdul Karim has a wealth of science H-index in internal medicine of 92, and in particular, an H-index in immunology of 71. He has over 40,000 citations, and in fact, he's a regular publisher in high-impact generalist journals such as The Lancet, the New England Journal of Medicine, Science, and Nature. However, his most notable academic outputs are those that are published in the many specialist journals in pathology, including journals in immunology, virology, microbiology, which constitute more than half of his academic output. Professor Abdul Karim's contribution to scientific knowledge generation in pathology has not only ended there, it has translated into community impact. The most recent impactful community output was the formulation and the testing of the microbicide gel to prevent HIV transmission. To date, this study on the effectiveness and the safety of tenofovir gel, an antiretroviral microbicide for the prevention of HIV infection in women, has over 2,000 citations. In both the ongoing HIV infection we face today and the more recent COVID-19 pandemic, Professor Abdul Karim has been responsive and agile to the call of effective scientific leadership. He has partnered with government in providing scientific guidance to inform and guide public decision-making and policy formulation. In this regard, Professor Abdul Karim was recently appointed the chair of the Ministerial Advisory Committee on COVID-19, and most of you will probably recognize his face as he was updating us on the first 2 cycles of the COVID-19 that we went through. Before COVID-19, Professor Abdul Karim was involved and he chaired many HIV and AIDS and TB scientific committees, both nationally and internationally. Professor Karim's leadership extends beyond pandemics to the administration of many scientific groups, entities, and programs. He holds several honorary senior positions both in South Africa and abroad. In South Africa, Professor Abdul Karim has been the director of the Center for AIDS Program Research, or CAPRISA, since 2002. He's the current Pro-Vice Chancellor at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, a position that he's been holding since 2016. He's the Honorary Director of the DST-NRF Center of Excellence in HIV Prevention, a position that he's been holding since 2015. And he's an Honorary Director of the MRC HIV-TB Pathogenesis and Treatment Research Unit since 2014. His scientific leadership positions in the USA include being the CAPRISA Professor of Global Health in the Department of Epidemiology at Columbia University. He's also got a professorial tenure in this institution since 2016. He's been an honorary associate at the Reagan Institute of Massachusetts General Hospital and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and the Harvard University since 2011. He is an adjunct professor in immunology and infectious diseases at Harvard University since 2019. He is also an honorary adjunct professor at the Graduate School of Medical Sciences at Cornell University in New York and an honorary adjunct professor of medicine at the Whale Medical College, Cornell University since 2005. Clearly, we are honoring a giant, not just a national giant and not just a continental giant, but an international giant in science. Professor Abdul Karim's scientific contribution is widely recognized. He has over 25 national and international awards. Those awards that are relevant to virology include the Institute of Human Virology Lifetime Award, the Medical Research Council Lifetime Platinum Award, the Biomedical HIV Prevention Forum Distinguished Award, the President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in the World Health, the Hero of Medicine Award from the International Association of Physicians of AIDS Care, and the U.S. Science and Technology Pioneers Prize for Microbicide Gel Innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree that in fact we are honoring a supergiant, not just a giant in science. Professor Abdul Karim is a member of and a fellow of more than 60 national and international learned societies. These include the Academy of Science of South Africa, the Academy of Science in Africa, the Academy of Science in the USA, and the World Academy of Science. He is a fellow of the Royal Society of South Africa, a fellow of the American Academy of Microbiology, and a fellow of the African Academy of Science. His memberships and fellowships indicates his national and international standing in the scientific community. Professor Abdul Karim's academic citizenship and scientific leadership extend over 2 decades and include memberships in over 50 national and international scientific committees. The global leadership has formed scientific committees, and he has participated in such committees as the WHO, the UNAIDS, the Gates Foundation, the PEPFAR, just to name a few. The College of Pathologists would like to recognize Professor Abdul Karim's exceptional, consistent, and impactful scientific knowledge generation in pathology, and his national and international scientific standing and leadership in virology in particular. It is my singular honor and privilege to present Professor Salim Abdul Karim for an honorary fellowship of the Colleges of Pathologists in Virology. This is the highest honor that the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa can bestow on an individual. Thank you.
Professor Karim, we need you to sign this. Can you come and sign this for us? There. Thank you. Okay, there we go. And then I got something more for you. So with the power vested in me as President of the CMSA and on behalf of the Senate and the entire CMSA, it's my pleasure and honor to confer on you, Professor Karim, an honorary fellowship, which is the CMSA's highest honor. Congratulations.
Mr. President, I now present medals to candidates that excelled and achieved outstanding results in their respective fellowship examinations. FCA SA Part 1, the Glasgow-Smith-Kline Medal to Ronel van der Westhuizen in the October 2021 examination. FCA SA Part 1, the Johnson Research Foundation Medal to Dr. Ronel van der Westhuizen in the October 2021 examination. FCA SA Part 1, the Abbott Medal, again, Dr. Ronel van der Westhuizen in the October 2021 examinations. FCA SA Part 2, the Jack Abelson Medal and Book Prize to Albert Gert Petrus van Zyl in the October 2021 examination. FC Clean Farm SA, Gary Martins Medal to Roland van Rensbeck in the May 2021 examination. FCOG SA Part 1, the Dubenton Medal, to Chavray Jade Bagarti in the October 2021 examination. FC Oath SA Final, the JM Edelstein Medal, to Hendrik Francois van Zyl in the May 2021 examination. FC Peds SA Part 2, Robert McDonald Medal, to Suzanne Mine in the October 2021 examination. FC Path SA Hematology Part 2, the Coulter Medal, to Erika Marie Nell in the October 2021 examination. FC Blast Surge SA Final, Jack Penn Medal, to Ernst Ludovicus Mola in the May 2020 examination. FC Psych SA Part 2, Novartis Medal, to Tejil Mora in the May 2021 examination. FC PHM SA Occupational Medicine Part 2, the Sasom Medal, to Itumeleng Moko Theophilus Ntatamala in the May 2021 examination. FCS SA Intermediate, the Brebner Award, to Safia Variava in the October 2021 examination. FC Ural SA Final, Lionel B. Gottschmidt Medal, to Siseko Silolo in the October 2021 examination. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to diploma by examination. The Diploma in Obstetrics of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, Yannick Kulula. Successful candidate for admission to the Diploma in Primary Emergency Care of the College of Emergency Medicine of South Africa, Tandeka Msima. Mr. President, I now present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Anesthetists of South Africa, Kim Louise Albert Morgan. Tamsin Pinto Adams. Velem Stephanos Conradi. Matthew Peter Diswart. Christian Tertius de Villiers. Carmen Drood. Graham Clive Gobetz. Sarisha Govenda. Said Isabel Hendricks. Rudir Jaga. Yuariomondu Kavezembua Kavari. Etin Fori Keft. Alison Kuvarelis. Cherise Laper. Kurt Gareth Lowe. Blessing Mashanda Tafaune. Machweni Agnes Mwabelo. Robert David Munsi. Claire Louise Pfister. Razak Raisa. Kinan Alvin Sankar. Maretha Isabel Smith. Joan Lee Stevens. Van der Merwe Freliza. Justin van der Westhuizen. Joseph James van Vrede. Albert Gert Petrus van Zyl. Yoon Chi Yu. Mr. President, I now present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Cardiothoracic Surgeons of South Africa. Alan Moodley. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Clinical Pharmacologists of South Africa. Hannah May Gunter. Mr. President, I present successful candidate for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Dentistry of South Africa, Oral Medicine and Periodontics, Jonathan Dudoy. Christopher Martinez Sneeman. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Dermatologists of South Africa. Saskia Claessens. Asha Vijay Dana. Lauren Kerry Knight. Musonda Sharon Machona. Alice Claire Prevot, to be wooded by the father, Professor Brown. Minette Johanna Swart. Sihan Wachit. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Emergency Medicine of South Africa. Malin Sean Abrams. Alexandra Midley. Henry Zaiman. Mr. President, I present successful candidate for admission to Part B of the final of the Fellowship of the College of Family Physicians of South Africa, Tracy Lee Abrahams. Laurel Leslie Snyders. Andrew Anthony Peter Williams. Mr. President, I present successful candidate for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Forensic Pathologists of South Africa, Varushka Ranjina Baton. Zandre Smith. Grace Ami Uren. Candice Wilscott Davids, to be hooded by her husband, Dr. Hooded. Dr. Ryan Davids, sorry. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Neurologists of South Africa. Kate Elizabeth McMullen. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Neurosurgeons of South Africa. Thompson Mabari Katungi. Lizette Lowe. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Nuclear Physicians of South Africa. Maxine Fletcher. Fellowship of the College of Gynecologists, South Africa, Part 2, Lucinda Carmen Benz. Tinos Chapua. Dick Shan Cheung. Kita Christian Kaluiba. Shavray Bagarti. Nangamso Klongwan. Kanyisa Zondi. Tembelihle Princess Masina. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Ophthalmologists of South Africa. Raquel Bika. Sruti Mahendra Dave. Stephen Manyeruke. Emmanuel Mukahiwa. Nuru Said Omari. Enid Alwina Wilna Rotenbach. Mr. President, successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of Orthopedic Surgeons of South Africa final, Absalam Andisha. Kirsty Lee Berry. Praves Panchu. Hendrik Francois van Zyl. Jonathan David Vogel. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Otorhinolaryngologists of South Africa. Sean Edward Adam. Ashton Richard Bochenpoel. Simon Michael Honnet. Rafael Mlauzi. Gerrit Viljoen. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa. Karin Becker. Lynn Boyson. Beatrice Chikaponya Piri. Aishan Da Costa. Tandi Maya Gondwana Divet. Sibongile Dlamini. Derek Dutoy. Joanie Duvenache. Annelies Geswind. Shali Gobetz, wooded by husband Dr. Graham Gobetz. Lauren Megan Golden. Zizo Sazikazi Anelwa Kotwana. Thomas Ryan Jones. Benson Tapua Karongo. Deborah Florence Katurura. Kaleke Given Maila. Mohamed Vakiel Mature. Presented. Susan Mine. Nicole Morgan. Petunia Tinswalo Mutimele. Bazinzile Zipora Moyeni. Fefekazi Mpisane Jama. Andiswa Octavia Mvinjelwa. Chantel Maybeck. Tulonga Nampala. Frank Poya. Esther Surman. Danielle Kutney Shepard. Muichi Sikula. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Pediatric Surgeons of South Africa. Yentel Gamit. Uzei Juma, rewarded by Father Dr. Juma. Omar Ibrahim Kamag. Pamela Josephine Middleton. Kirthi Ramdani, to be hooded by the husband, Dr. Ramdani. Dr. Harilal. Sorry. Cecilia Njira Rengura. Mr. President, present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa, Anatomical Pathology. Antoinette Elizabeth Roots. Cindy Jenyi Tu. Mr. President, I present successful candidate for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa, Chemical Pathology, Ronald Dalmasio. Diederik Johannes van der Westhuizen. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa, Hematology, Fatima Faraj Mufta Al-Zanat. Shikombisho Baloi. Sumaya Kasim. Esther Nilonga Kalambi Matengu. Erika Marie Nell. Mr. President, I present successful candidate for fellowship, admission to the Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa, Microbiology. Gowa Buli, wooded by her husband, Dr. Imran Mia. Dikwata Tabiso Pofa, wooded by the husband, Dr. Godfrey Masemola. Sarishna Singh. Liam Robinson. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Physicians of South Africa. Darlene Akua Boakie. Grant Logan Delport. Nigel Shungu Zvanga. Salahadin Omran B. Egnovir. Quincy Gurirap. Malia Hussein. Percy Mangoba Mteto. Desri Lian Mudli. Dinaye Muhundwa. Chizama Ngwazi. Aline Mazaza. Luyanda Clive Mbanga. Bulelwa Priscilla Mbena. Tatenda Prince Muchenji. Blessing Kutakwashe Muponda. Kurai Nkarivume. Matsidiso Pilani. Buitshwarelo Rachaba. Nishendra Sadai. Nokwanda Promise Sitol. Ahmad Ismail Tayop, wounded by the father, Dr. Ismail Tayop. Nokubonga Perseverance Vundla. Annelies Altrud Vessels. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Plastic Surgeons of South Africa. Sidarath Ranjan Gwatam. Destiny Anisha Lynx. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Psychiatrists of South Africa. Idorin Ubon Akpabio. Gillian Boyson. Henma Francois Botha. Catherine Annie Grobler. Kamenita Monique Groves. Willem Martin Kruger-Stein, hooded by the father, Professor Tinas Kruger. Jean-Marie Leroux Hebert. Priscilla Zoleka Mateta Silwana. Vuisa Machaya. Nokwazi Mchengu, wooded by the husband, Dr. Gigi. Riaz Nef. Nerisha Pillay. Deirdre Pringle. Bailey Jean Romberg. Evardas Ioannis Smith. Imran Ismail Tayop, wooded by father, Dr. Ismail Tayop. Yanga Vava. Alana Joan Wilson. Mr. President, I now present a fellowship by peer review of the College of Public Health Medicine of South Africa, Professor Mohammed Farid Jibai. Successful candidate for admission to the Fellowship of Public Health Medicine of South Africa, Zianda Mkukuto Sello. Jesse Louise Werner. Mr. President, I present successful candidate for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Public Health Medicine of South Africa, Occupational Medicine, Itumeleng Moko Theophilus Ntatamala. Who's graduating? Geoffrey Tafaune, wooded by the wife, Dr. Blessing Mashanda Tafaune. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Diagnostic Radiologists of South Africa, Ju Mei Chang. Machweni Stephen Mahoro. Nokulunga Mkhize. Khanyisa Nothemba Mkhwetjana. Chungu Glyn Mwinga. Jane Shawa. Nwabisa Sieka. Karike van Zyl. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Radiation Oncologists of South Africa, Tijo Jospaul Davis Manavalan. Ramadimeche Joyce Mpahlele. Zola Aim Blaze Musimar. Bavesh Nagar. Chuma Ndlov. Michael Ni Norti Odonkor. Khomolemo Tangani. Santuri Virana, wooded by the mother, Dr. Sundrini Pillay. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Surgeons of South Africa. Fatih Salem Abshina. Marwan Mahmoud F. Al-Kilani. Hung Jo Chang. Mohammed Ali Atelab. Matthew Hannington. Morapedi Johnson Kwati. Hunadi Molabe. Lebohang Moloi. Wanga Mtimkulu. Linda Marty Paul. Vuyolwetu Sonwabile Soldati. Dean Tate. Amand Toma. Mr. President, I present successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Urologists of South Africa. Siseko Silolo. Mr. President, I now proceed to present successful candidates for certificates. These are specialists who are now subspecialists, super specialists, who studied further beyond specializing to become super specialists. the certificate in cardiology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Mahmoud Mustafa Mohammed Al-Naili. Tadatilankal Jess John. Mr. President, successful candidates for admission to the certificate in clinical hematology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Kudakwashe Simba. Mr. President, a successful candidate for admission to the certificate in gastroenterology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Tendai Rodney Machariza. Mr. President, a successful candidate for admission to the certificate in gastroenterology of the College of Surgeons of South Africa, Karan Rohit Kumar Gandhi. Ayesiga Mbelwa Hemen. Mr. President, successful candidate for admission to the certificate in geriatric medicine of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Denzel Dion Shitekat. Michael Sonko. Mr. President, successful candidate for admission to the certificate in gynecological oncology of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, Joseph Kamunoko Mufenda. Nondumiso Ngola. Mr. President, successful candidate for admission to the certificate in maternal and fetal medicine of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, Constance Nontsikelelo Kubu Ntaba. Mr. President, successful candidate for admission to the certificate in medical oncology of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, Helder Alfredo Di Quintal. Lois Tafadzwa Hlachwayo. Esther Louise Machaliwa. Mr. President, successful candidate for admission to the certificate in nephrology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Vimbai Lynette Makanza. . Abid Mubashir Sheikh. Mr. President, successful candidate for admission to the Certificate in Pulmonology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Elizabeth Helen Lowe. Hlanjwa Mayepa. Ayanda Trevor Mguni. Mr. President, a successful candidate for admission to the Certificate in Reproductive Medicine of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, Vulikaya Mpumlwana. Mr. President, successful candidate for admission to the Certificate in Rheumatology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Sipho Duncan Njalinjali. Mr. President, a successful candidate for admission to the Certificate in Urogynecology of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, Kumbo Jere, congratulated by the wife.
I now have the pleasure of welcoming all our new graduates to the specialist community. It's indeed a time for great celebration. Now is an opportunity for our graduates to stand up, to make a big noise, and to acknowledge their families and their teachers. This is your chance. Right, my plea is for you all to remain in Africa, where your services are desperately needed. Your practicing specialized medicine in low and middle income settings can be challenging at times and very frustrating, but can be highly rewarding. With less than 5% of patients in Africa having ready access to safe, affordable surgery, this is where you can have the biggest impact as an anesthetist or as a surgeon, and the same is true for all specialist disciplines. I ask you to continue to read, to conduct research, to grow and to broaden your minds, and to share your knowledge and skills by remaining involved in teaching programs, even as unpaid honorary consultants. I ask that you support the CMSA, which is such an important national institution for specialized training and assessment, not only through your continued membership, but also through the newly formed Young Specialist Forum. This Young Specialist Forum presents an opportunity for young specialists to get involved in mentoring registrars and developing online preparatory educational material for diploma and registrar candidates, and serving as a bridge between the CMSA and the registrar community. Further, I ask that you take care of yourself and your loved ones, look after your physical and your mental well-being, be kind to yourself, take time out, and be present at important family events. And finally, I ask that in a country with such great inequality, poverty, and hunger, that you remain humble, you remain grounded, and you never lose your humanity. I now ask that we all stand to sing the national anthem. By the power vested in me and on behalf of the Senate, I now dissolve the proceedings of the CMSA. I now request that we all stand while the stage party leaves the hall, followed by graduates and our medalists.
We will toss aside our care, and with all our Juvenestum sumus, cadeamus igitur. Juvenestum sumus, post secundam juventutem, post molestam senectutem,